Tuesday. It's your girl Candy K. Lynn.
And your boy Shaw Time Shaw.
And this is Pull Up the Podcast. You're watching live on Facebook as well as on YouTube. We have a special guest with us today here on Pull Up the Podcast. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Look, my name is Cody. I'm super excited. I'm the host of It Is What It Is podcast. I'm on the best podcast with my girl Candy on Pull Up, and I pulled up with her tonight. And it's great to be with you, and it's nice to be with my bro. Shaw Time, it's great to meet you, man. I just look forward to getting into it.
Thank you. So here on Pull Up the Podcast, we talk news, sports, and hip hop. Mr. Shaw, we don't talk about people.
We just give you the facts. News, sports, and hip hop. That was sports. Never mind. Come on.
Sports, news, and hip hop. Y'all listen. Y'all know redundancy for me. I ain't there yet. Like I struggle. It's
People like to hear the same thing. They like to hear the same thing.
I know. I'm working on it.
You didn't use your catchphrase today. People want to hear catchphrase.
I'm working on it. Listen. Well, I'll give you a catchphrase. We've decided we pull up anytime, any place. So it's time
Anywhere,
to pull
anytime.
up. Anywhere, anytime. So, y'all, we are talking today about the NBA Finals. Golden State is trying to knock on the door. We're going to talk the Dallas Cowboys, what Mike McCarthy says he sees for Dak Prescott in this 22-23 season. Brittney Griner is still detained in Russia, and we're going to talk the tight end battle. Who is the best tight end currently in the NFL? We'll go ahead and talk a little Kevin Hart's his show that had a little controversy that I think y'all should pay attention to. So we'll go ahead and get started. NBA Finals. Mr. Shaw, did you win any money? Let's start there.
I hit last night.
I need to borrow $20.
I ain't hit that much. I hit though. They go back.
You ain't get 20.
I hit, but it gotta get replenished. We bet.
I need you to find 20 because I need to borrow 20. Like,
man, look, we gotta bet that bet. I'll find 20 elsewhere.
Okay. Well, so we are talking finals. I'm going for Golden State. I said Golden State in 6. That was at the beginning. We talked about it. Mr. Shaw was like game to game. As long as he wins his money, he really doesn't care at this point.
Golden State in 7, man. Go 7 games. Let me have multiple opportunities to bet. Underdog, Shot Time Shaw. If you need the link, I'll drop it for you.
What do you think, Cody? Who do you have in this series? What have you seen so far?
So I knew Golden State was going to pull this one out. I originally had them winning in 5. I figured Boston was going to get a game. Boston has shocked me. I still don't think Boston is a superstar caliber team. I don't think that they have a superstar. I think that JT and Jalen are becoming superstars, but not have yet arrived, right? They're like that year before. And it's just, Golden State's time. The unfortunate truth is that, Steph Curry is the best shooter in the world and one of the best players in the world, and he's not playing against LeBron. So he really has no competition. And when Giannis got knocked out, they pretty much gifted him the ring in the first place. So it's no surprise that they're winning the way that they're winning. I mean, considering that Klay Thompson really hasn't had a breakout game. Andrew Wiggins has been improving and showing you that he's more than just an athletic 2-3, right? But as far as the whole team playing consistently well, it hasn't been that fact. It's just been Steph Curry has just been absolutely amazing. Even if, and I do agree, Boston somehow pulled this out in 7 games. Steph Curry should still be the finals MVP just because there hasn't been a single player that has outperformed him.
I agree. And we're seeing that the NBA is starting to make rule changes to the way they award things. If that were to happen, I think that would be something that everybody would have to look at because no one on Boston has outplayed him. And to counter your point, I think that anybody who's a Warriors fan who's watched us, my brother and I talk about it all the time. Klay and Steph have not given us a complete game together where they both individually perform well, right? Klay has spent the last, 2 seasons hurt. I mean, hurt. On top of, us going in the COVID year, they going in the bubble year. So with that, if Klay and Steph connect and they're both on and Andrew Wiggins performs decently with a decent pool game, Boston could get destroyed. But on the other end,
young.
It is because they're young. But on the other end,
young.
Right.
I feel like
they haven't had complete games either.
Superstar status. I feel like Jason Tatum.
He hasn't played like it in this series.
In the series, I mean, in fourth quarters for sure. So let's say fourth quarter. He's had all 4 quarters. This is first time in the finals.
That's true.
I agree.
It's just not first time. He's been to the Eastern Conference. Like there's levels, right? He gonna need this loss to learn because he'll be back. That team will be back. You know what I'm saying? And then again, the Boston Celtics don't have a big man.
Yeah.
Right? They Al Horford, they have not. Let me take that back. Robert Williams is big, but he's not completely healthy. Right? So, and I still don't feel like he's like because Robert Williams is the old. Let me say when I say big, I mean old school big. You got new school bigs, you got an old school big. New school bigs can do some things. Old school bigs used to be elite at everything. Like Shaq might not have been the most dominant defender, but he was gonna protect the paint. Right? Robert Williams, when you say Robert Williams, you don't think top 4 or 5 defender, yeah, but not player. Not at his position.
Not a bucket getter.
Right. He can rebound and you throw him oops.
But
right?
Golden State struggles with that too, because Looney is not going for Looney to be as big as he is. He too should be dominating
Looney,
in the paint.
Looney Looney is off the bench. Looney not even supposed to be playing. Right. Your number 1 draft pick from 2 years ago.
I was just about to say that James is
supposed to be there.
Right.
Isn't there. So everything Kevin Looney giving you need to respect it.
Right, but I'm just saying, what if he could? Because at his size, he should be able to perform in the paint.
No.
He should be able to, listen,
Charles
6.
Oakley ain't never do that. Charles Oakley ain't never do that.
Charles Oakley him and Draymond should be able to give me 6.
Draymond ain't got
not a lot to ask for.
Draymond say he had 14 last game. Leave him alone.
He did, but he has to stay out of foul trouble. He has to stay out of foul trouble, and if he can give you 14, Steph didn't have a great night. Clay hasn't put together but one solid performance, right? So there are a lot of different things that can happen. I feel like the series has been interesting. We've paid attention. We're interested in the series. It wasn't like it was a blowout. They haven't been like horrible games. So I like the level of competition that we're at least getting from both teams. This is not the best Golden State team we've seen either.
No.
At times, both teams look real sloppy.
Both teams, the issue isn't, and to piggyback, Boston does not have a true third option. Marcus Smart is acting, or they're playing him as a 1C, right? If 1A is Jason, 1B is Jalen, and then 1C would be Marcus. But he has the ball more as far as on ball usage is a whole lot higher than Tatum and Brown. So you can't have your third option being the most focal point of your offense, and then you hope that Al Horford is basically going to have this stellar performance he had against, Milwaukee and Atlanta, and then turn back the hands of time. And the reality is they need a true big man. If I was Boston this offseason, I would be hunting for Rudy Gobert. He would be the only one on my list. I need a legit just size presence because I trust Jalen. He's 6'10". Jason, he's 6'10". He's a good guard. He has great athleticism. His skill is there. He's only going to get better, and he's super young. Jalen is a dog. He's only going to get hungrier. What you need is that physical presence down low, which Boston does not have. And you can shop around with 2 or 3 pieces because the rest are just basically, 3-and-D guys. When you go to Golden State, on the other hand, they're not healthy. Even now, like Steph is still battling injuries. Clay, this is, basically the first playoffs in 2 years. Draymond has lost a step or two. James Winston, who was, like I said, the number 1 draft pick, not James Winston, I think the quarterback, but James Weiss, right. The number 1 draft pick a couple years ago, he's out. And if he was in this series right now, where his projection should be, it would have been over already. So when you have that just range of talent that's kind of missing, you have baby Steph and Jordan Poole, who's getting away with just seemingly murder out on the court because nobody just plays defense anymore. GP the second. I mean, there's just a lot of, to me, broken processes. Honestly, Steph's going to get his 4th ring, but I'm not shocked if this is Golden State's last year to repeat, only because, and I'm saying it, them boys in Memphis, Ja Morant and them, they nice. And they know they nice. And they young, too. If they can just get healthy and formulate a true team game, it's a wrap in the West.
The West is,
I think we all agree on that.
Young. Now, I just feel like the West is young. I feel like there's a bunch of young teams in the West. Add Memphis. I feel like there's a bunch of good young teams in the West. So And again, that's a strong possibility that this might be the last time for the Warriors, right? I do feel like we need to see the Warriors versus the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. I feel like that's what he went to the West for, and I feel like that's what we deserve. But we never saw him versus
The Lakers
Kobe in
not
the
gonna
finals.
get that though.
That's true.
I don't think the Lakers I think the Lakers got what they're gonna get with LeBron at this point. That team,
It's not LeBron. It's
AD.
but
it's
it's the
Hal.
pieces that were put
It's
around
definitely
him.
AD. No, it's Hal, LeBron James, because LeBron James is not a great GM, right? LeBron James is a great recruiter. LeBron James is not a great GM. A great GM would get young talent around him. LeBron wants good old pieces. No. The best.
Technical issues. That's what happens when you got Google Fiber Wi-Fi.
People be calling me, man, important man, business cards.
I thought that was your Google Fiber Wi-Fi.
Nah,
I thought
man,
you was like
business
connected to
cards.
your daddy Wi-Fi from across town.
Nah, man, business calls. I'm at home, man. People calling me. I gotta tell them to call them right back. But like I was saying, I just feel like I forgot what I was saying. Business cards. That's what happened.
Okay, well you
Memphis young team. The West was young. I was talking about the West being young. Memphis young team. Oh well.
You got an old brain.
This is what the Lakers could do. This happens when you go against the King. Kiana, I totally agree with you. I also agree with Shea, who said Memphis come out of the West. But I think the Lakers, if the Lakers traded, and I like Anthony Davis, but Anthony Davis has been historically unhealthy. He's been injury prone every season but one. And the one season he was healthy, they won a championship. I would trade him while he still has some value left, right? Get rid of him, get somebody like a LaMelo Ball or Damian Lillard, or somebody that can carry in and out. Man, even if you could do a sign and trade, you could move a couple pieces. What you need is toughness down low. You either stay with Dwight Howard, right, and really make him feel important, because I feel like Dwight only plays to the level of confidence that you invest in him. Make Dwight feel important, therefore you don't have to go get a big man. All you need, therefore, is a just on-fire scorer, and AD is not that person. Get rid of AD, bring in Kyrie, Dame, or LaMelo. That's
Kyrie,
the three.
Irving?
Kyrie. I want to see the reunion of Kyrie and LeBron.
Nah.
Because I think that duo can come back and make it work together.
Kyrie is too far left. Like, I just feel like if I were LeBron and you talk about bringing Kyrie back, I'd be like, I'm not playing. Like, I'm not playing. Like,
and Westbrook's still there.
It is not.
How Kyrie and Westbrook gonna play together?
Right. It's not that Kyrie doesn't have the talent. It's Kyrie's mental. Like, he's chasing his, like you said, the confidence of what you have to invest so much in some of these young players that it's overwhelming. Like,
Kyrie a little old. He pushing 30.
Yeah.
I mean, he's pushing 30, but he's not 35, and LeBron's 40. LeBron's about to be 38.
I can't consider you're not young after 25.
Okay, so he's not young, but his mentality, right? His mindset is he needs you to say, Kyrie, you're amazing. Kyrie, you're excellent. Kyrie, he needs the affirmations. And do
he have mama issues? I never heard about his mom.
Well, his mom is deceased.
Yeah.
So
I wasn't joking. I was being serious.
Yeah, no, there's definitely some things there. I just think
Kyrie heard
in basketball knowledge, Cody, I agree with you. But in real life, where you got to deal with Kyrie missing games and going to birthday parties and taking nights off, I think him and LeBron will
Kyrie said he'll work on his birthday.
He did say
he don't work on his birthday.
I'm not mad at him if I wasn't in the NBA. I ain't in the NBA. I ain't got to work on my birthday. They sell tickets to come see you perform, bro.
Right.
A little different.
I think Kyrie, honestly, yeah, I do agree. I mean, Kyrie can kind of just go way out there, and that's his right to do it. Don't agree with it, but that's his right. Whatever. But I think when it comes to basketball, Kyrie just hasn't been happy, right? And I really think he was, from a basketball perspective, not from a person. I think like just dealing with the kind of like, is it my team? Is it LeBron's team? That dynamic kind of got blown out of control in Cleveland. But from a basketball perspective, he's not happy in Brooklyn, right? He likes KD, but he's not happy in Brooklyn. Coming to the Lakers, especially to the West Coast, where that type of personality and philosophy is a bit more common, Kyrie would not only thrive, he would become basically the face. He would basically be like, this is the new, and I don't want to say like the new Kobe, because anytime you say the new Kobe, a Kobe fan somewhere is going to get upset, right? Like, do not compare Kobe to any of these people, right? But he can take on the mantle of post LeBron era. I can at least squeeze out 1 or 2 championships.
I don't disagree.
I've never seen him get to the playoffs by himself. He has never led a team to the playoffs.
Well, and I think what Cody's saying is like, right, building around him, bringing in, he's here with LeBron right now.
He had Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown around.
They were young. He didn't want to have to leave.
And he ran away. He ran away.
He did.
There was too much pressure.
They had been to the Eastern Conference 4 times, right? Jason Tatum ain't been in the league 6 years. He been to the Eastern Conference 4 times, finals 4 times, right? My only thing with Kyrie is, again, when have you been the leader on the team and y'all were winning? Because when you were in Cleveland, y'all was getting first-round draft picks. Tristan Thompson, person we're not going to speak of. He Canadian, but we don't give. I feel like we don't give airtime to people who ain't get basketball time, okay?
Right.
He averaged 1.5 points for his career, if I'm not mistaken. He was a first-round draft pick, all right?
That was a bad pick.
Every week. So nothing against Kyrie. Maybe that'll work. He come to LA, but again, AB is the latest biggest problem. He is the biggest problem. But trading him and you don't get Dwight Howard getting old. So
when we say old, if he's performing, because LeBron is old too. Right. So I think in basketball, when we talk basketball, I mean, I'm just saying, if people are still being able to perform, that old narrative is kind of outdated, because LeBron has proven, Kobe did 20, KG did 20. But there are athletes that are now doing 20 years.
Hey, after Boston, what KG did don't count.
You a hater,
shit in Brooklyn don't count. That shit in Brooklyn don't count.
You're a hater, bro.
Ain't no way in hell that shit count.
You're a hater. I mean, I can't argue with you, because you were the same person telling me that DeMarcus Cousins was gonna be better than KG
before he got hurt.
Yep,
but he got hurt
by the numbers.
He got hurt. If you look at DeMarcus Cousins' Sacramento numbers before the ACL tear, that man was scary.
Stupid. It's not even a question.
Right.
It's not even a question.
But mine are legends.
KG best season was 17 points before he got to Boston.
He's a legend.
17.
The NBA was also different.
Yeah, I mean,
you forget he still came into an era that was a little bit different.
Who was on the team?
Tom
it doesn't matter.
Tom Gugliotta, Stephon Marbury 1 year. Wally Zerbiak. Latrell Sprewell, right?
Yeah.
After he choked the coach. So you telling me you was sharing the ball with Wally Zerbiak?
Mr. Shaw, you weren't just getting buckets in the 90s like that, okay?
Who
we were just talking about.
Ain't that why we love Michael Jordan? Ain't that why we love Isaiah?
I mean, they weren't just getting buckets. Like, you go check some of them buckets Michael got. Michael worked for them buckets. Like, you remember that documentary? Like, before Michael dropped his what?
We talking about getting buckets. That's what I'm saying. Like, you telling me in the 90s,
I mean,
y'all was playing rough.
Steph is getting buckets
averaging 17
easily now. This is not the same conversation.
Oh, it was harder. It was harder to score then. It was harder to score then.
They played.
Michael Jordan had 63 on Boston. It was harder to score then.
They weren't scoring 128 points in the game. Like, Jordan just got his that night. Like, it wasn't because somebody wasn't trying to guard him. They just wasn't good enough. Like, it is what it is. But anyway, let's move on. So, I think Mr. Shaw wants 7 games. I got Golden State in 6. Cody got Golden State in, he said 6, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, speaking on basketball, we talked about this before. Brittney Griner is still being detained in Russia. Diana Taurasi, her teammate, has spoken out. Phoenix is having a difficult year. I just don't know how I feel about this at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about this at this point. I do believe that
everybody has had everybody's trying to do their part now. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be now, but it's a difficult situation. And I don't want anyone to be afraid from traveling. We don't want you to say no, you shouldn't travel because it is
not to Russia.
Well, I don't know what's in Russia that I want to visit anyway. right? If I want to be cold, I'll go to Alaska. It's a state. You know what I'm saying? Like if I want to be cold.
I think there's three things going on with the Brittney Griner situation. The first thing is because WNBA players are so underpaid, she had to go play for Russia just to make ends meet. So strike number one is we got to deal with compensation. If the league, and this has been the big debate, if there is enough, and I do believe advertisement dollars and fan watching and enough revenue, then the players in the WNBA deserve to be paid equitably. So that's the first thing. The second thing is because she's a woman of color, and a black woman at that, right? If Tom Brady was a political captive in Russia right now, the NFL would have been had Tom home. So it's the fact that we got involved too late. Everybody was like, don't say anything, even though a whole war was going on. And now the situation has spiraled out of control. And they just don't want to say it, but she is a political captive right now. She's a prisoner of war. That's what Brittney Griner is. She's not just a simple detainee. She's been detained over 100 days, and they just extended her sentence past July 2nd.
July 2nd, yep.
She is a prisoner of war, and we need to call it what it is, and she's being held unjustly because of the mitigating circumstances. Now, you could argue, should she have had she's or whatever, that's schematics. At the same token, there is a protocol for that. And when our international statehood does not do anything and is not made it a priority to get her home, I don't even think the name has entered out of President Biden's mouth. I know Merrick Garland has said something about it, Attorney General, but it hasn't been a strong enough effort, because the reality is, if we wanted to get Brittney home, she would have been home. I mean, that's
what are we willing to give up?
If we wanted to and say, look, we're not playing, you have one of ours, give us back Brittney, she would have been home. The fact of the matter is, there isn't enough push because of those factors, and Brittney is suffering because of it, and that's the result of it.
And she's also LGBTQ.
Yeah.
I mean, and then that has
I got some more words to
that. QIA.
Make sure I'm just saying, don't be respectful.
I think it's QIA, but it depends on who you're talking to. I think with this Brittney Griner situation, we talked about it on the show before, and the equitable pay is something that women's soccer that they won. Yeah. They won their case finally with being paid, a margin that is equitable for them. No one is sitting up here saying that Brittney Griner deserves to be paid what LeBron James is making. That's not what anybody is saying. But what we are saying is, people don't understand the WNBA has rules that state that if Cody owns a team and I own a team and you can fly your players private, these young ladies are also missing season now because they're on COVID lists, because they're flying like you and I fly. They're flying commercial flights, waiting in the airport, long delays, layovers, whatever. So this is not a situation where these women are really playing for the love of their country in basketball at this point in the United States. And we're seeing the same thing over and over again. Brittney is not worth it to fight. That's basically what you're telling us in regards, because like you said, if it was a male, if it was a white male that was an athlete at the level that she is, future Hall of Famer, we wouldn't be having the same conversation 100 days later. We would have knocked if you was Buck by now, and we'd have made some shake. Right now, I feel like we got to play our cards right. We're not really trying to get involved in the war with Russia. Like, we've been trying to tiptoe around it.
Right.
That's been the thing. And then, we keep having mass shootings in our country.
Right.
So you don't give us time to deal with all of these things in a day, because if they go get Brittney, then Americans are going to be saying, well, she said this and she said that. That's what I'm reading. So I just feel like it's a tough political position to be in. We got to make better decisions. I hate it. But, I know for something hash oil,
yeah. Well, just like, what's the name in, oh my gosh, who's the NBA player? Montrezl Harrell today just got arrested in Kentucky for, I think it was like a pound. It wasn't a pound, it was like a couple grams a week. Like, the stuff that we're
they said trafficking.
Yes. He ain't trafficking. He making $15 million a year. He not about to sell weed.
And if he is, there's no, listen, you just said he making $15 million a year.
Right.
ESTG is also in Louisville, Kentucky, and I guarantee they're not gonna catch him with it. So you're not gonna make me believe he was trafficking.
Right.
Okay. All the people, if he made 15 million, he got some cousins that might traffic. Okay, there's no way he was trafficking. He was coming back what he smoked on. Stop
Right.
playing.
We
But
have
and it's funny. It's
Go ahead.
funny what you'll see, especially with me being an educator. It's funny what you see because I see referrals that say distribution, and I'm like, what made you decide that a kid was who wrote this? Like, who wrote this?
Distribution is 2 to
How did
3
you?
pounds
you-
at a time. That's
How did you decide
distribution.
this is distribution? Like,
Distribution is when you selling a large amount of a product. That's
Right.
distribution. So you telling me this kid brought 4 P's and set him on the desk in school? He a real gangster. He need a TV show. Y'all don't need to suspend him.
and then it's just,
He Franklin Saint, goddamn. He need a TV
it's just
show.
yeah, it's just sometimes, y'all. It's just I don't know. We're gonna keep Brittney lifted and hope that we can get this resolved. You know, being that she hasn't seen any family members in over 100 days. She hasn't talked to any family members, is what the reports. You know, when her wife was on Good Morning America, there hadn't been a conversation
100
with
days
her
not been able to touch nobody. That's why I can't go to jail
or
Not
talk.
for me.
Right? Think about not even being able to hear your family's members' voices of how you break people.
Listen,
mentally.
y'all, I heard y'all talk a lot. Touch. All right, no, man, touch. I like to touch. No, hell no, touch. I don't want 100 days and I ain't been touched. Hell no.
You know what, Mr. Shaw?
I'm just being honest.
And I think that what needs to happen, the NBA, and I know Commissioner Silver has made comments about it and said, you know, we're working closely with the WNBA. But the truth of the matter is the NBA has the political fortitude and the resources to put pressure on those that can get her home, right? Mm-hmm. And I know they're wearing the We Are BG shirts and all that's cool. But what needs to happen is the owners, and this is why it can't just be the players. The owners have to make a precedent that, hey, look, this is not right, right? Like, you know, the Mark Cubans of the world, the Jeannie Busses of the world, you know, the Michael Jordans of the world. Matter of fact, and let's go get, and Michael Jordan sent out a thing today and said, bring Brittney home. How much weight would that have? And I'm not saying that Michael Jordan has to always say something.
But he ain't gonna do it though.
He ain't gonna do it right. Yeah, he ain't gonna do it right. I saw. It's like we saw The Last Dance.
We seen it.
Right. We know it.
Let's just see a black man. Let's just see a black man. Why I gotta endorse him? Mind my business. I'm over here selling shoes. Man. What, you know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what he said in that documentary.
I'm over here selling shoes. Like,
and you know what? It takes people.
Stop buying my shoes.
It takes people some time to tap into things, right? We've seen that. We've seen that it takes a lot of these people a while to decide, I need to be a part of this cause. You know, if owners, all owners across all sports spectrums in this country decided to tap in and have a conversation, if they stop sending dollars, because let's be real, we've cut Russia off in some regards, but whoever's doing business with Russia, they ain't stopped.
No.
They ain't stopped. Until America starts sanctioning them, we haven't stopped. So some of this is,
Why would I stop it? That's how I get my paper.
Hello.
That's how they get their bread. Whatever backdoor deals they got in Russia, they gonna do that. And,
right.
And they're not worried about Brittney Griner, and that's been the issue. The right, not to say the right people haven't been worried about Brittney Griner, but the people with the most influence haven't been worried about it. Because at the end of the day, what I want everybody to be realistic about, influence, money, and power are the only things that truly matter. Right? Because if you got money but no influence or power, then you just got money. Right? They still treat you like you nothing. But influence and money and power, that's what matters. And you know, the WNBA, I've been very critical. I'm not watching. I don't care how they play it. I'm not a fan of the game. They don't do it. But that don't mean Brittney Griner deserves to be locked up. What? Don't roll your eyes. They don't dunk. I'm not here for perfect passes and three. No, somebody need to get dunked on. On that head. They don't do that in the WNBA.
Hey, there's some athletes coming in the WNBA that have the athleticism to do. Matter of fact, I'll say this from a basketball fan's perspective.
I watch Liz Cambridge.
Liz is amazing. Liz.
Oh, y'all like new Liz. You
Liz
like new Liz, not Liz when Liz was in Dallas.
No.
Liz can come pat me on my head every day. I seen the video she was hitting the dirt. Baby, I will be your man. If I get Liz, I'll be a stay-at-home dad. I'll be a stay.
You don't need no more kids.
I see.
I got.
I get. But I'm just saying,
like I got 12.
So
your one giving you the business.
Right.
You need to go be a soccer dad and be quiet.
I'll say this: the WNBA is very exciting. The Chicago Sky, which is, I live in Chicago. They're the champions, and Candace Parker to me is one of the GOATs. I don't know if the greatest, because I got her, Lisa Leslie, and Maya Moore somewhere tied in between that, and Diana Taurasi as well. But Candace is absolutely fantastic, and it's a better overall game. Now, yes, do I want to see take it off for the free throw line and all this? But like anything, evolution is real, and there are women athletes who are coming that verticals are just as insane. The athleticism is increasing, and from a physical standpoint, it's just a better game to watch. You don't see the referee call a call every 30 seconds. So,
and it's better in person.
Exactly.
I had a chance to see Candace when she played with the Sparks, when Liz was like heavier Liz before everybody like fell in love with her, but she was getting buckets then when she was a Dallas.
Nah, she just looked like a man when she was a little bit bigger.
Anyway, she was still getting buckets.
Sexy. For sure. I was trying to find out. That was throwing me off. I'm like, who is this big woman baller? Because usually most 7-footers, like I was gonna say George Mirasan. What is the center for the Dallas Mavericks that be in everything? Boban. Boban can't run. Liz is actually like athletic. Like
she is.
She got that weight off. I'm like, okay, Brazil. Like Liz really with it. Like, yeah.
Yes.
Different respect.
And it's just and I would tell anybody, it is a much better game in person. Go see the WNBA in person and support, and because it's entertainment, right? We go see 3-on-3, we go see all these other things. It is really a good experience, especially for girl dads. So,
nobody would ever put that on in front of my daughter. Daddy, what's that? Nothing. Only men play basketball.
I'm gonna be quiet. Your daughter is gonna be throwing the ball at you when she come back. Listen. So moving on, right? So football mini camps have started. The Dallas Cowboys, we live in Cowboy Nation, which we realized is all across the world. And there was a conversation Mike McCarthy talked about today that he intends to implement more run plays in the offense for Dak Prescott this season.
Since that makes no sense at this point. That makes no sense at this point.
I didn't even finish y'all's faces.
No. That don't make sense.
Dak Prescott is old.
Yes. We talking about somebody who's the leg was dangling. He don't even run the ball no more. After the leg dangling season, I'm not. Why am I running? I'm not running no more. Call these plays with me in the pocket. That's what you want. That's what you get. Me posted here in the pocket. I run when I feel like it. No, hell no. No, because when Lamar Jackson, when it comes time to talk contract, Baltimore gonna use that against him. Baltimore gonna use it against him that we run the ball more than we throwing the ball. Even though that's not on him. Even though he had targets he was hitting in the hands of the ball they were dropping, we're going to get back to that. No, there's no need for him to run the ball. Because then you could be trying to talk about the contract. Well, we've been having to run you more than you threw. No. You want him in the pocket? Post in the pocket, Dad. Go play with the new target they got you since they got rid of Amari Cooper. Post in the pocket. No. Did they sign Pollard back?
Not sure yet. I don't
know yet.
You need to. Because the other dude going to get high. It gonna eat something? No, be respectful, right? We don't know what Zeke you gonna get. Stop being that. He don't even need to be a coach. Stop. I'm done. After if Aaron Rodgers get rid of you, why am I gonna come sign you? If the second greatest quarterback of his generation don't want you to coach, he is a hinder to that, bro. If you was gonna run him, you should have run him when you first got there. It's past that time. He broke his leg. No, on a run play, he wasn't even touched.
That's true. That's actually true. No. I will say Dallas does need. I'm not a Mike McCarthy fan. I thought that was a terrible signage. Not that I was the coach before. His name Jared. He was terrible too. Yeah, he was trash too. So you traded Boo Boo for Doo Doo, right? Like, like that's exactly what happened. And so they need to. There's coaches out there that deserve a shot, and I don't know why Dallas is not. Me personally, I don't think, and I might get in trouble with Cowboy Nation, I don't think Dak Prescott is the quarterback for the Cowboys. If I was Jerry Jones, I would be shopping Dak only because you got a 28-year-old, so he still has potential and he's got a lot of life left as a quarterback. But think about it. If you take Dak and swap him with, a mid-tier quarterback, even somebody like a Baker Mayfield, there's their stats are going to be arguably the same. I mean, like,
so it's just so you're saying the Cowboys could possibly swap Dak Prescott for Baker Mayfield, similar to the commercial of AT&T, where LA got Stafford, got rid of Goff, and maybe win a Super Bowl. Is that where we're going with this?
What I'm saying is, you had a chance to get other quarterbacks. You did not make a move for Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson would have been my prime objective. He should not have on a Bronco uniform. They should have stole that from John Elway. You didn't do anything to get Russell. I just think that there's too many quarterbacks that have slipped through the cracks of Dallas's hands that you could have had, and then you throw in this big investment.
You can compare him to Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
like that Baker is just because he's trash. He's trash. You listen. You had 2 top 10 receivers. And top one, no, he's real garbage.
But I wouldn't be surprised if Dallas didn't pick up Baker Mayfield. I would not be, because, and here's the reason why. Jerry, you got to fit in the Jerry Jones system. And when everybody kept talking about Russell Wilson coming to Dallas, I was like, that ain't happening.
No, the Cowboy fans gonna kill him. Baker, nah. Baker, nah. Cleveland ain't that tough. Baker not gonna make it here. Like, if Baker was signed to the Cowboys, bro, the Cowboys will take, and they hate Dak. They'll take Dak out of Baker. No, Baker real trash.
They hate Dak they hate Dak when they're not winning. They love him when they are. But that's a sometimey Cowboy fan, and that's the reason why we talk about the Cowboys, but Mr. Sean, I'm not a Cowboy
first.
fan.
You're right.
Give me Ryan Tannehill first.
Boy, bye. I don't want nothing.
Hey, give me Ryan Tannehill first, even though he run a Derrick Henry into the ground.
Because he can't do nothing else. Cam is available, but Cam can't play in Dallas. Cam can't come play in Dallas under Jerry Jones.
Nah, he
can't.
Cam need to keep just being the talk show host because the NFL don't want him no more. They made it seem like he was real bad. Bro, you play for who the Panthers receiver? Robbie Williams, I think so, number 11. What's his name? Came from the Jets.
I don't even know who he's talking about right now.
Can't think his name. Came from the Jets. Bright skin. But yeah, Baker.
Yeah. So, tight ends. The conversation, Kevin Hart has his conversations in the ice baths. Ice baths. If you've ever been in an ice bath, he don't even get all the way in the ice bath, right? So Kittle was on the show today, and you could tell like he's a real athlete. He was like submerged in the ice bath. They were having a conversation, bits and pieces of funny in there. And he goes, I heard you and, Travis Kelce are buddies. He was like, who's the better of the two? He goes, we're both great. Gets politically correct. He says, no, it's okay, man. You can tell me. Are you better than him? And he like slides down in the ice bath, like with his head under. Who is the better tight end right now?
Rob Gronkowski. No, I mean that's the reality. It's like, I like Travis and Kittle cool, but Rob is probably still the best tight end in the game. And until he retires, I mean, like Kelce is good, but Kelce for the last couple of seasons to me has come up short. And I don't know if it's almost like his athleticism just isn't as like it's not just catching anymore. And the other thing too, and this is what we're really going to see this season, with Tyreek Hill not being there, you're going to put more attention on Travis, and you're going to really see if Travis really is that guy. People can say what they want, but when you had Tyreek there, he took pressure off of a lot of people. Now that you don't have that weapon, Travis becomes basically 1A and 1B. I just don't know. I don't know. So my answer is Rob Gronkowski.
And that's what Kevin Hart,
I think.
But that's what he was saying. Like, is Travis Kelce in the conversation for being one of the greatest tight ends right now? Because he does have Patrick Mahomes. Like, does he just have the better quarterback? I think he's been a good.
He was doing it. He was doing it before Patrick got there.
Exactly. I think he's a good security blanket kind of like Jason Witten was. Like, right?
I mean,
He
you
knows.
name me. There's not a such thing as a great tight end that wants your security blanket. Tony
Right.
Gonzalez, Antonio Gates. Like
Yeah.
we could go back and forth
Don't forget the
all day.
greatest.
Shannon?
Shannon.
Okay, like Shannon say, don't play with him. Like I had to get you for
No,
Uncle
see,
Shay Shay.
see, that's the thing. I had to tell a girl this the other day. She was like, "I love Shannon Sharp." See, you know, Shay Shay. I know Shannon Sharp. Right?
Yeah.
I know him when he was big mouth, just for the Broncos. Then for the Ravens, yeah, you know Shannon Sharp. I know Shay Shay when he was young,
Yeah.
when he was really smoking blacks and drinking back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I would never disrespect. And again, not saying Shannon Sharp is not the greatest tight end of our time. It's a question, right? Because again, Tony Gonzalez, hey man, and Antonio Gates always looked out of shape, but was unstoppable. So again, I'm not knocking, love Uncle Shay Shay. Jimmy Graham before I don't know what happened to him. He's just too big.
But right now, so I got a Grunk over here. I'm gonna go with out of the two. I'm gonna go with Kelce over Kittle right now.
Yeah.
For where
I
they are
can't
right
think of
now.
I can't think of another like I'm Miami got a tight end, but he's not elite yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't think of another elite.
Yeah, but we're
tight
only
end.
talking about those two. So like, come on, sports people, stop being. You acting like rap fans. Like y'all take two people and then you make it a whole debate about. I ask who's the king of R&B, and then you go to arguing
R.
with
Kelly.
Me. Yeah, like I'm talking Bobby Brown and R. Kelly, and you start throwing in Genuine and Tyrese. Like,
I get Travis Kelce because I don't really George Kittle. Okay. He that guy, but
okay. So we got that. So y'all, we're gonna try something new on the show. We have a guest, and I like trivia. So what better place to play sports trivia than on a sports show? So Mr. Shaw and Cody, whoever gets the answer right, you get a clap because that's all I got for you. You ain't got no real awards yet. All so right. Y'all ready?
Ready.
It's a 1-point question. Which team, led by center Bill Russell, won an unmatched record of 8 NBA titles in a row from 1959 to 1966?
Boston Celtics.
Phoenix Suns.
Boston Celtics is correct. They are currently playing for their 17th title if they were to win, right? I'm not one off, right?
Yep, you're saying yep,
yeah, 17. Okay. How many NCAA, a 2-point question. How many NCAA championship titles did John Wooten's UCLA teams win in the 12 seasons between 1963 and 1975? And if you need multiple choice, I got it.
Shit, for 3 seasons, they didn't lose.
Right. It's like 10 or 11. It's one of the, it's up there. Yeah,
so the choices are 6, 7, 10, and 12.
I'm going to go
7.
with, I'm going to
Kentucky
go with 10.
got the most.
I'm going with 10.
It's 7. 10. Kentucky got 10.
It's 10. UCLA has the most.
Yeah.
John Wooten has the most. Yep.
Thank you, Kareem.
Yeah. So, which NBA, this is the 1-pointer, right? Which NBA player was named League MVP 6 times and NBA record as of 2019? 6 times.
Michael Jordan?
He was the league MVP?
He was named League MVP 6 times and NBA record as of 2019.
Take that back. I ain't know nobody else that had it more than
6 times.
6 times?
We just transitioned from this question into this question.
I'm gonna say it's Kareem.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kareem.
I'm about to say it ain't nobody in the new age.
No,
it was done as of 2019.
They don't even give LeBron a vote no more, even though this nigga could have won it every season for the past 8 seasons straight.
Right.
Okay, so 2 more questions. This one is a 2-pointer. Who is the shortest player to play in the NBA as of 2019, standing just 5 feet 3 inches tall?
Speedy Claxton. Muggsy Bogues.
Muggsy Bogues. Spudwell was the other option on here, but Muggsy Bogues is the shortest as of 2019.
Speedy Claxton ain't make the list?
No.
I think Speedy
was
like
Spud, Muggsy, Isaiah Thomas, or Nate Robinson. Let's see. Which college men's basketball coach holds the record for the most wins in a career? More than 1,100.
Is it Coach Krzyzewski?
That's correct. Ding, 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 ding. So, hope you guys enjoyed the trivia tonight in our show. Y'all, this is your girl, Candy Kaylin, and you're watching Pull Up live on Facebook and YouTube. Guys, thank you for Cody. Thank you for stopping by. Tell the people where they can find you.
Yo, so I'm the host of It Is What It Is podcast. It comes on Mondays, every Monday at 7 p.m. on YouTube at CV. That's Cody Vernon Kelly, CV space K. But more importantly than that, you know I launched the supplement line, right? So you want to get your body on, your summer physique. Black owned. This is what we do. www.cvnkglobal.store, where all your best supplements and drips are, man. We got some cool things going out. I brought out Super. I brought up the No Worries. You know, times are stressful right now. You need something to chill. I got you. But that's where I'm at. CVMK33 on Instagram and CVMK_global on Instagram as well.
Listen, thank you so much. I'm gonna have to get that updated in my notes. Y'all need supplements. Y'all trying to get summertime fine and work out. And that's where you go get your stuff from. Y'all, thank y'all so much. Mr. Shaw, you got anything for the people where they can find you? Any events coming up? Any comedy?
Nah, man. You know it's your boy. Shout out to did I give you a full show? I got a call the dude back. He was calling about a show when he called. So I'll let y'all know about that. But y'all know Cliff Shaw Jr., Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, holla at me.
Okay. Well, guys, that is it for us tonight. It's your girl, Candy K. Lynn. Y'all, until next week.
Pull up.
We out.